Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly. This is Grizzly True Crime, and today we're going to Jefferson City in Missouri for another poison case. We've looked at a few poison cases on this channel, and we always learn a lot from them, and this one is very interesting as well. Happy Grizzly-versary Web Weaver. Welcome to all my moderators, to all my patrons. If you are on Patreon, I just uploaded a new podcast for you. As you know, I'm not a podcaster, I'm a YouTuber, but on Patreon you do get voice clips or podcast episodes and behind the scenes updates and things. So if you missed that, if you are on there, go check it out. And welcome to all my members, all the OGs, original Grizzlies, and new subscribers. So are we ready to dive in? Are you buckled up? If you are buckled up, please like and share. Hashtag Grizzly True Crime will work for now. You can always share it again later with the hashtags in the description box. So I've got a presentation for you. I've got some documents for you. And I have one video clip to show you that I found of this defendant. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, I went down that rabbit hole. So let's have a look, shall we? Okay. Jefferson City, Missouri. Are there any locals in chat? If you are here, welcome. It's always nice to have locals in chat, and you could tell us about, anything I'm saying here, or the area, or just add to our presentation here. Okay, so Rob says the podcast on Patreon was very enjoyable. Okay, thank you so much. So let's have a look at this crazy case. It just happened, as in like last week. Today is Saturday, January 20th of 2024. If you are watching this live with us, so if you're watching the replay, then you know. You're watching from the future, probably, okay? And she was just arrested as in last week. We'll look at the exact dates now. Now, this is Sarah Scheffer, 37. Some articles say she's 38, but the Probable Cause Affidavit says 37 from what I read. So 37-year-old Sarah Scheffer is the defendant in this case, and she is a high school teacher. Some sources say part-time high school teacher. Okay? And she worked at a Christian school. On the right is her husband, Matthew Scheffer, and they've got 2 boys. When I was researching this case, I was first like, sure. Okay, so they don't have any kids. So it's just the 2 of them. Not that it makes it any better, what she did, okay, allegedly. But I was like, okay, they don't have any kids. No, they do. They've got 2 sons. I mean, this woman, based on what she's charged with and what it's alleged that she did, she should be ashamed of herself, honestly. Thank you so much, KT. I'm going to read your whole message later where I could focus on it. Okay, so Matthew's a regional food manager at US Foods, and I'm just going to blow this little bit up here that I put here. This is her Instagram page, and it says, lifestyle photographer based in Jefferson City, Missouri, lover of candid moments. Yeah, lover of candid moments and allegedly poisoned smoothies. Okay, then. So she says, mama of 2 wild things and wife to a bearded foodie. If he really is a bearded foodie, damn, she took advantage of him being a foodie. By being like, I'm going to make you something delicious. Okay, moving on. Jean says, divorce people, oh my word. I know, right? I know. Okay, Sarah Scheffer, 37. She was I said Anne, because it, Anne Hunch. She was an art teacher, but I changed it around then. A design and art teacher at Calvary Lutheran High School in Jefferson City, Missouri. Imagine how all the kids at the school, all the other teachers are feeling right now, knowing that she's just been arrested. My word. Okay, so a design and art teacher. She started teaching there in 2021, apparently, but she's got allegedly 20 years of experience in her field. In February of 2022, she was actually named the Executive Director of Capital Arts. The board of directors, Holly Nunn, said, Sarah possesses a valuable mix of talent and experience as an artist with a background in education, administration, management, and customer relations. She She is uniquely qualified to lead capital arts. Okay, then. Sarah was overseeing the day-to-day operations of the nonprofit and had the goal of expanding studio space to boost the community ceramics progress. So her outward appearances are giant heart, all just there for the community, for the love, for her faith, just to help others. Okay, then. That should start at home, though. You could be an angel out there, but what are you doing at home? Again, she's innocent, proven guilty. These are just based on allegations that we will be discussing. Happy Grizzly anniversary to you, Kim. So, that little picture there is about, I'm going to show you the clip, okay, from where I got that from. But here, I just want to show you this little screenshot where they said, Scheffer is a proponent of arts nurturing abilities, according to Capital Arts newsletter. And she wants to create more outreach opportunities through the organization's Art Heals program, as well as develop relationships with local businesses to work towards increased visibility of local artists through community exhibits. All right, so let me show you the clip now so that you could see it before we continue on with that presentation. So this is a clip of her from the News Tribune. Let's see the date this was posted, August 11th of 2022. All right, here we go.
I definitely want to see our Art Heals program.
We want to boost the sound. Always boost the sound. We like the boosted sound. There we go. Okay.
I definitely want to see our Art Heals program grow. I'd like to bring art into the community more with a community exhibit program if we can get that off the ground, and that would be where artists pair up with local businesses and have display opportunities and help them just increase their sales and exposure. And also I'd like to just grow all of our programs, get more classes going, more pottery classes, have more people take advantage of our ceramic studio, definitely get more people in here in our retail space.
Isn't she just so arty and just so nurturing and loving? Except allegedly towards her husband or co. That guy she needed out of the way, and we're going to find out why, because we always want to know why, right?
Yeah, probably the biggest is growing our Art Heals and the community art exhibit.
Okay, we're watching. Okay, so now let's go like this again. Defense Diaries podcast, welcome to you. If I missed any other content creators here, welcome. Nice to see you here. All right, so back to our presentation we go. We were here at this point. Remember, I read you that she was a proponent of arts nurturing abilities. Now, on Tuesday, January 16th of 2024, do you know how recent that was? Look at the date. Today's 20th. Okay, on the 16th, Sarah Scheffer was arrested. She was booked into the Cole County Jail in Missouri and is being held without bond. The school she worked at released a statement. Of course they did. This must be so awkward. Like, oh no. Wait, what happened? And then I've seen some of the articles about her because I try to dig up as much information as possible. We've got the documents as well, right? So in some of the articles, they're like, if you go to this link here, you could see where she's listed at the school. Yeah, no, she's not listed as a teacher at the school anymore. They're like, and promptly take her off. Okay. PR, just, remove her from our page of teachers. Otherwise, everybody is going to be looking at it. So, Lou, happy Grizzly anniversary to you as well. Now, she was arrested. The school said the alleged conduct was outside of the employees' association with the school and did not involve a student or any other school personnel. As a Christian community, Calvary Lutheran High School believes in protecting the well-being of all individuals who are part of our programs, and we respond in a caring and sensitive manner to everyone in our school community. She's been charged with 1 count of first-degree attempted murder and 1 count of armed criminal action. She was arraigned on January 19th of 2024, and she admitted to adding Lily of the Valley. Now, in every poison case, we learn something of like, what are these people doing? She admitted to police that she put this Lily of the Valley in her husband's smoothies with the intent to cause illness or death. Yeah, she said she knew it's going to happen. And that was what she wanted to happen. We'll get into the why. She has a bond hearing apparently on January 26th of 2024. She's being held on no bond because she's a flight risk. and for other reasons, which we'll go over. Now, what the heck is lily of the valley? Do we have people with green thumbs in here? Prove it by hitting the like button. I walked right into that one, didn't I? So, lily of the valley, it's a flower, okay, that's native throughout the cool, temperate northern hemisphere in Asia and Europe. Other names include Maybelle's, Our Lady's Tears, and Mary's Tears. It was actually Christian Dior's favorite flower, and it's I can't say a very common flower. It's not a very common flower to use at weddings. At royal weddings, I've seen that they have this flower. Okay, so if you look up some famous weddings, celebrity weddings or royal weddings, they like a bouquet of these. It flowers in the spring. It has a concentration of cardiac glycosides, cardenolides, and is highly poisonous if consumed. Yes. Cherry says, I love lily of the valley. They smell so lovely. You know what I found out is that any lily of the valley perfumes, they can't make it from the actual scent, from the actual plant. So they've got to make a synthetic smell of it. But the flower does smell nice. I think I've smelled these flowers before. I think I know this one. It looks really familiar. Okay, so, but now we know it's poisonous, okay? I don't think I knew that before. Did you? Did you know how highly poisonous this beautiful flower is? So they said that all parts of the plant are potentially poisonous, including the red berries, which may be attractive to children. So make sure your kids don't eat these berries. Make sure you don't eat them either, okay? If ingested, the plant can cause abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, and irregular heartbeats. It can actually slow down the heart. The most toxic parts are the roots. And guess what Sarah chose to use? Yeah, the roots. Okay, so there have been roughly 51 cases of poisoning from this plant in the state of Missouri, because we're looking at the state of Missouri in this case. That's why I've got this stat right. Since 2005 reports in 2023, but it's usually from kids who eat the berries by mistake. Okay? Cherry says, my mom has lily of the valley in her garden all the time. I guess I need to keep an eye on her. Just keep an eye on that one, Cherry. Now, if you see on the right-hand side of my presentation, you see that little, I make my own smoothies? I think it's about time we have stickers like that, don't you think? And mugs and actual glasses and smoothie bottles. So I've launched that for you. I'll show you afterwards. So just hang in there. Let's first work through the presentation and everything. Then I'll show you exactly where to get that. Okay, it's from my accessory store. We have a merch store and an accessory store. All right, so that's our new design. I make my own smoothies. That's what we learn here at Grizzly True Crime. Now, there were at least 8 occurrences over 6 weeks. So if I go back from, oh, my necklace is just coming loose. If I go back from, I'm just going to put it here, from when she was arrested to 6 weeks back, it would be from the end of November, beginning of December 2023 to like mid-January of 2024, where Sarah actually made her husband a beverage. They say a beverage in the documents, but usually a smoothie, which he described as having a bitter taste. Now, he noticed after drinking these bitter tasting smoothies that he experienced fatigue, confusion, blurred vision, severe cotton mouth, and nausea. So obviously, if we think of this, it would mean she was making him smoothies regularly. I'm speculating. But if there's at least 8 times where he thought, that just tastes different, or like, what is this? And then he had all these symptoms, I think she would have like peppered these in to all the other smoothie times, right? I don't think every smoothie she made was like this, is what I'm trying to say. But we never know. We'll find out, I'm sure, more later. But then they said, on December 31st of 2023, he had one of these beverages and experienced the same symptoms. So he had the worst New Year's ever by the sounds of it, experiencing all these symptoms throughout the January the 1st of 2024. Justice Johnson PI says, I'm a private investigator and I sit in my vehicle and listen to your videos. Thank you for your deep dives. Oh my word. Thank you so much. And welcome. I just like, these like, it's like Happy New Year. And she's like, I'm going to start the new year without you, basically is what it sounds like. Because she's like, here's another smoothie. And then he's having all these symptoms throughout January 1st. But guess what? She made him another drink on January 1st. Oh dear. So Sarah brought her sick husband another drink on January 1st in 2024. Also not long ago. He confronted her about it, saying, "It tastes really bitter. What the hell are you putting in these smoothies?" She then told him she peed in it, okay? Urinated in it. I don't understand. Does she think she's funny? Why does she say that? She tells him, "Oh, I peed in it." What? And then she says, "Oh, no. Actually, I admit it. I put industrial strength adhesive in it." And then later tells him, "I was just joking. I didn't do any of that. There's nothing in it." So obviously, this is from reports, articles, media, and then the probable cause affidavit. So if I had to read between the lines there, I think she would have been sarcastic, and said like, "What? I peed in it. What? That's so gross." Rob said, "A pee smoothie." Yeah, you guys are like, "Girl, have you ever heard of anything like this?" Yeah, Stefan says she is funny. I think she was like, "I peed in it." Okay, no. What I put in was industrial strength adhesive, which is pretty sadistic jokes to make, given the situation as well. And later says, "Nah, I didn't put anything in it. Don't worry. It's just a smoothie." And he's like, "What?" So then her husband decided, no, something is up. And he installed a surveillance camera in the home that captured the kitchen area. Yes, a hidden camera. I can't wait till we see that video one day. On January 16th of 2024, he saw a bag on Sarah's, like a baggie, on her work, in her work area, like on the desk, right? Labeled Lily of the Valley. Such a smart alleged criminal with a baggie labeled Lily of the Valley, like out in the open, like on her desk. All right then. So then, he also spotted a green ball with root from this bag in it. He then took photos of the ball. The surveillance camera caught her making a smoothie on January 16th at 7:45 a.m., adding the root from her green bowl into it. Seeing as she was a ceramic art teacher, I wonder if she made the bowl herself. She then poured the smoothie into a yellow insulated tumbler. Was it a Stanley Cup? Why is that Stanley Cup so viral? Sorry, that's a side topic, but was it? Okay, so in an insulated tumbler, and put it in the fridge, telling her husband that she'd made it for him. So she's like, "I made you a smoothie, honey. It's in the fridge." Okay. Now he was so smart, okay? He took that smoothie and went straight to the police station, showed them the photos that he'd taken and the video that caught her making that smoothie and putting stuff in it. They seized the smoothie, they had it tested. Now, none of the documents I see so far say, and they confirmed that it was. But they did say it was high in those chemicals that we read Lily of the Valley has, which can slow down your heart rate and cause all those symptoms, right? Yeah, Stefan's like, a lily bowl. And so they did say, though, they said the National Capital Poison Center confirmed just how toxic Lily of the Valley was. And they confirmed, of course, the drink was toxic for consumption. And she was promptly arrested. I put the little Holy Bible picture there because I'm just like, wow, what a Christian lady. Okay, then. Sarah was questioned by the police and then admitted that she added Lily of the Valley to his smoothies and she knew it could result in his death. I think they probably showed her, like, you see this? Here's the pictures. Here's the video. Here's the smoothie. We know it. Just tell us. So it sounds like it would be like that. Who knows? I would love to see that video one day as well. Okay. So then Jefferson City Police Department said authorities were notified by the victim that he believed a period of unexplained illnesses were in fact an intentional act of poisoning. Now, what the heck is the motive? Oh my word, here we go. This is like poisoning meets catfishing. I don't know if it's catfishing or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because Sarah was apparently in a relationship with some guy in Pakistan, and she'd been Googling flights to Pakistan, which is why she's a flight risk, you see? She's being held on no bond. Because they're like, she was already looking for a one-way ticket to Pakistan to be with this guy. Now, is this guy really there, or is it a catfish, huh? Okay, so yeah, no bond, flight risk. She wanted to kill her husband so she could go be with this man. Hello, lady, what about your kids? Like, what's the plan there? Was she gonna take her kids? Do you remember the case we just looked at recently, Kimberly Singler? To me, it's sounding a lot like that one. That was slightly different, of course. I'm just saying the motive, it sounds similar of like, oh man, this is just, Heather said, couldn't she get catfished closer to home? Usually doesn't work like that. It's like long lost love all the way, like across, like on the other side of the world. We must be together at all costs. Like, oh dear. So what did we learn from this case so far? We're going to go over that in a moment. I just quickly want to zoom into this, which is from the Jefferson City Police Department. This was released 3 days ago on the 17th of January. They said domestic assault arrest, and they said yesterday afternoon, January 16th of 2024, members of the department investigated a call involving allegations of intentional poisoning of a spouse. Authorities were notified by the victim that he believed a period of unexplained illnesses were in fact an intentional act of poisoning. The suspect was located, and after being advised of her Miranda warning, agreed to answer questions. During the course of the interview, the suspect admitted to adding items to the victim's food with the knowledge of its potential cause of illness or death. A search of a National Poison Control Center indicated all parts of the substance used contained numerous cardiac glycosides, which slow down the heart and cause irregular heart rhythm. It's also categorized as having major toxicity signs of cardiac glycosides, which cause nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. The 37-year-old, see, they say 37 as well, right? Jefferson City female is being held at the Cole County Jail, awaiting review by the Cole County Prosecutor's Office for the crime. And then here they say domestic assault first degree, but that was later changed to, when she was arraigned, it's a first degree attempted murder charge, and that other one, what was it again? Criminal action, armed criminal action. Yes. Now, what did we learn from this case so far? And feel free to add your lessons either in the chat or in the comments section if you're watching the replay, or if you, either way, afterwards, put the comments there as well. Trust your gut. Yeah, he trusted his gut. I mean, it took him a little while. Don't blame him for that. I hate it when people do that. Like, why didn't he figure this out sooner? He didn't know. You wouldn't expect that your partner's doing this to you. You're just like, damn, why do I keep feeling so sick? Is it me? Am I allergic to something? What is it? And it might even be just like every now and then, because there's at least 8 times, right? So, trust your gut. Number 2, make your own smoothies. 3, lily of the valley is very poisonous, so teach your kids, family, friends to never eat the berries or any part of it. I just would imagine I think they're like little red berries. They would look like they could be eaten, but don't eat them, okay? Some people will kill to meet their own selfish desires, whether you have kids or a family with them or not, so never assume what someone is capable of. Some people will betray their own belief systems for love. Never assume, trust your gut. Also, here's a bonus tip. Research your local or your country. You know, I'm in Europe. Many of you are in America. There's people from all over the world, though, here at Grizzly True Crime. But you can research your local or country's poison hotline and maybe save it in your phone. You never know if you need it for yourself or to help others. Just never know. It's good to just have it saved in your phone, right? Pinche Becky 0F's given says, I'm giving my husband the side eye. Tiff Knox says he knew or you wouldn't have put up the cameras. And he only put up the cameras after that January 1st incident. And then he caught her making that smoothie on January 16th, which wasn't very long ago at all. Oh, yes, indeed. Okay. So, yeah, Jean says, not very original, that's for sure. Maybe got inspired by another case. So, Christine D says, did she dry the roots or something? Where is she finding Lily of the Valley in Missouri in January? I also wondered, especially because the little baggie was labeled Lily of the Valley. Like, did she order it? Did she dry it herself? But they did say that it flowers in spring, of course, but it flowers in spring. But the root might be available, obviously throughout the year. And she was putting the root, apparently, in the smoothies. So maybe who knows if she'd collected it and kept it and done this for a while or what. Sash Lee says, how do I live 25 minutes away and I haven't heard of this? Thanks for covering this, G. Corey Richens 2.0. Yeah, and that plot thickened. The Corey Richens case, I've covered on my channel as well. I haven't done the update yet because it's just all the time. We're finding out more. I'm waiting. I can't wait for that trial because we'll find out everything eventually. But yeah, she added other medications to his drink too. But yes. Papa Bear says, trust your gut. No pun intended. Okay, so I will show you now Let me just see quickly. Stand by. It's not really, her Instagram's not really worth it. I'll put it in the description box to show you her Instagram if you want to see it. But let's look at some of the documents now, just so that you could see that. There's no other information on here that we haven't already gone over. But it's always nice to see it, and I will make sure, as I said to you guys on Patreon, that I'll add it to the post I made today so that you have it there as well. Thank you to Grizzly Cat for helping me find these documents. We do love that, because it's got all the facts on paper, right? So this one is the probable cause affidavit, filed January 17th of 2024. So, probable cause statement, they go, on or about 7:45 hours on the 16th of January. You see there, it's only 3 pages. 2024 at St. Mary's Boulevard. Here they say the defendant committed the offense of domestic assault in the first degree by attempting to kill or knowingly caused or attempted to cause serious physical injury to a domestic victim. The victim has been suspicious of his wife, the defendant, putting poisonous and or toxic substances in his food and beverages without his knowledge for the past 6 weeks. What kind of holiday is that? It was like the holiday season. Like December, getting ready, I don't know, Christmas, New Year's, whatever they were celebrating. It's a chill time. Not here at Grizzly True Crime. We were here a lot. But, in general, in the world, like, what on earth? Like, she was looking to start the new year alone, without him, clearly, to go be with her man, her new guy in Pakistan. Well, now she'll probably never see him, that guy, ever. Good, if he even exists. Does he even exist? Okay. So they said the victim described 8 occurrences in which the defendant provided a beverage or food. So there's gonna be more information eventually. That's what I mean. I think she switched it up. I think she would put this lily of the valley root and parts of the plant in various beverages or food that had an odd taste, and shortly after ingesting, he experienced extreme fatigue, confusion, blurred vision, severe cotton mouth, and nausea. The victim stated on 12/31/2023 the defendant provided him a beverage that he described as having a bitter taste. Shortly afterwards, he experienced the above-mentioned symptoms. The symptoms continued throughout the following day on 1/1/2024, and then on the 1st of Jan, Happy New Year, the defendant brought the victim a beverage. What was that, a tea now, or what? The victim stated the beverage had a bitter taste. The victim advised he confronted the defendant regarding her putting something into the beverage, and the defendant stated she urinated in it. The defendant then admitted to putting an industrial strength adhesive in it. The victim stated the defendant later denied putting anything in the beverage, which doesn't it make you wonder? What if she really did pee in some of these things? What if she really did put industrial strength adhesive in some of these things? The food or smoothies or whatever. Maybe she wasn't only using this lily of the valley. Ooh, I wouldn't doubt it. The victim installed a concealed surveillance camera that captured the kitchen area of their residence. The victim stated on 1/16/2024 at around 6:50 hours, he observed a bag labeled Lily of the Valley sitting on a table in the defendant's work area within the home. Sitting on the table was a green bowl containing what he described as a root from the bag labeled Lily of the Valley. The victim photographed the bowl with the contents, which I viewed. Okay. The victim displayed a video capturing the defendant adding the items to a blender on the 16th of Jan at about 7:45 hours. The defendant emptied the contents from what appeared to be the same bowl that he had photographed earlier in the morning into the blender. The defendant blended the contents, poured the contents into a yellow insulated tumbler, and placed the tumbler in the fridge. The victim stated the defendant prepared the smoothie for him. I seized the yellow insulated tumbler and contents to be submitted to the MSHP lab for testing. The defendant admitted to adding a root of the lily of the valley into the blender while preparing a smoothie drink for the victim. The defendant admitted doing this with intent to cause the victim harm. The defendant admitted to knowing that ingesting lily of the valley could result in death. The defendant admitted knowing the act was illegal. Okay. At least she's admitting it now, because oftentimes they'll be like, no, I never did that. But like, ma'am, you're on camera doing it. Allegedly, right? So here they say the National Capital Poison Center advised that all parts of the plant Lily of the Valley contain numerous cardiac glycosides, which slow down the heart and cause irregular heart rhythm. He must have felt so unwell for 6 weeks. Right? Okay. Yeah. Lorna Doone says she was gaslighting him by saying that she put something ridiculous in it. Exactly. So they said it slows down the heart and causes irregular heart rhythm. Lily of the Valley is categorized as having major toxicity. Other signs of cardiac glycosides are nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. And then this is where like my jaw dropped. I was like, wait, what? Is it this page? Yeah. I further believe that the defendant will not appear in court in response to a criminal summons because the defendant advised that she has a relationship with an individual who resides in Pakistan. The defendant has conducted Google searches for flights to Pakistan. And B, the defendant poses a danger to a crime victim, the community, or any other person because the defendant admitted to concealing a substance categorized as having major toxicity in a drink and providing it to her husband with the intent to cause harm to him. And here is her counts, the warrant for arrest from January 17th of 2024. In custody, I like that stamp. Bam, in custody, Scheffer. Count 1, attempted murder, first degree. The defendant in violation of that section committed a Class A felony of attempted murder in the first degree. Okay. Punishable upon conviction under section 50, that whole number. In that on or about 16th of January 2024 in the county of Cole, state of Missouri, the defendant, upon deliberation, poisoned confidential victim, and such act was a substantial step toward the commission of the felony of murder in the first degree. Mary Holt says she could have just flown away and left her husband and the kid. But now we do have to ask ourselves, what kind of life insurance do they have, huh? Because that's always a factor too, especially when it comes to many poisoning cases have some, it could have some sort of like a life insurance motive. Well, murder cases in general, right? Especially if it's spouses. So I wonder if she saw like money and like love and just like freedom. So silly. Count 2, armed criminal action. They say that on or about the 16th of January, the defendant committed the felony of attempted murder in the first degree as charging count 1. And there you go. Then you can see it's all signed there. The complaint was filed. They see this. Yeah, that's all the same. And here's this warrant as well. So those are all the documents we have right now. So thank you to Grizzly Cat for that. Sure. So I'm very excited to read all your comments and everything. I quickly want to show you this, because that's all we have right now. So I'll keep an eye on it. If there's anything more to show you, if we ever get to see that video, oh yes, we will watch that. I can't actually wait to see. I'm always excited to see interrogation videos, but some states, I'm not sure if it is like that in Missouri, they won't release it till after the trial, while others will. I always like watching those. No, for sure. Thank you for being a member for 13 months. All right, now I want to quickly show you this, which is my website, just so that you know, okay? I'm not trying to promote it. I just want you to know where things are. On the shop, right, we've got the merch shop. So that's what you wear, okay? But if you scroll down, there's accessories. The reason I'm showing you that is because for the longest time, you guys are asking me, can you make I make my own smoothies sticker or mug or something? So I've done that for you, okay? I make my own smoothies. There we go. So on the accessory store, you can find, I could just imagine drinking a smoothie out of this one, right? I make my own smoothies. And that's what we learn. You make your own. Yes. Okay. So there it is. All right. Now, everyone, we are going to say goodbye for now because that's all we have on the case. But if you are a Grizzly True Crime member, we're going to have a members-only stream in the next little bit. I've set it for 50 minutes from now or so. So you can have a little break, and then I'll see you there. We're going to be talking about Scott Peterson's case now being taken up by the Innocence Project. Interesting. So we'll just go over, just recap quickly and then have a look at why. Why is that happening? So if you want to join that discussion, then you know where to be. If you don't know where to be, don't worry. If you're a member, you should get the notification or check on the community tab. You'll find the link there. I'll share it right after this. So, and patrons, remember, you get all the members, live stream, replays, as well as everything else you get on Patreon, which is exclusive. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. I'll keep you posted. Stay safe. Make your own smoothies. And yeah, as many of you say, get divorced. Don't kill anyone. Never murder people. Don't poison people. Don't do the stuff. It should be that simple. My word. Seems not to be in many of these cases. All right. So here we go. See you guys later. Okay, bye.